All right, so that we have installed and configured the DHCP. So now we need to create a new scope under the under that protocol. So we open the DHCP control panel, as you know, by clicking on Tools, going to DHCP. So so I'm gonna maximize that, and then I will go here and then navigate through the left side panel under under IPv4. If you right click on here, so this is where we create our scope, right? So I will right click on it and then go for new scope, and then go with the wizard, give it a name. Give the scope name. What is that particular name you want to give? For example, WSD. I will just make it as simple as that. What is yeah? What is deployment services? I click next. This is my range of IP addresses, 192.168.20. For sure .1, and the end I will just make it up until the 68.20.254. All right. So how am I going to select that? Again, I'm just reminding you. So you'll need to check your IP address belongs to which class, belongs to which subnet, as the one in here. All right. So this is the IP address that I'm having here. So I'm creating the IP address for that range. I'm creating a range for that IP address. So of course the range have to have to include that number. Within its scope. All right. So starting from 1 to 254. All right. So I'll just go with the wizard. Keep these as they are. Configuring the settings. So click next. I do not want to exclude any IPs. I'll just simply ignore that. So the lease, I'll just for experimentation, just put it to the maximum value, as you know. And yes, I want to configure the IP address. The DHCP scope. So here I'm adding the default gateway. It's exactly the one that we have captured here. So we are actually typing that IP address. So 192.168.20.2, and click add to add it. Click next here again, and this is because the DHCP is already registered under under the scope, under the domain that we have, the domain controller we have created just now. So it will be automatically identified here. So we leave it as it is, and then also the DNS server, it has been captured from the static IP addresses we have assigned here. So also we leave it as it is. All right, so we click next here, and then we go to win server. We do not want to do that. It's not like the the scope. It's not compatible with the Windows Server 2012. All right. So yes, I want to activate the scope now, and then I will click on finish. So here is my scope. It's already created for me, and it has now it can assign it has an address pool starting from 1 to 200. 254. All right. So I have done with that now, with the step now, and now I'm going to install. This is from here. Actually, we have already taken all these. Actually, before this, in the previous tutorial in the DHCP failover, you will be able to install all of these things. So I believe that these are not kind of strange and mysterious to you to practice. All right, so we're starting the new thing. We're starting the new configuration now for the tutorial here. It is about installing and configuring WDS, Windows Deployment Service, from the server rules. All right, so the first step here I will just simply close this. So now we are done with that. So we do not need to do anything. Even with this one, I do not need it for now. It's here if I want to reach it back. Open again the server control panel, the dashboard, and then we need to install the Windows Deployment Service rule. So go with the wizard here again as usual, and then if you're until you reach here the server rules, we are looking for Windows Deployment Services. So this is the one. So we add the features for Windows Deployment Services, and then click next. Go with the wizard again, and also here we click next. And I want you to notice this. So this is actually PXE enabled. So this is actually the function, or the functionality that allow the DHCP. Allow the server to use the DHCP in order to publish that kind of whatever operating system image to be available to the to the number of to the IP addresses that are joining the same domain we have created there. All right. So we click next here, and yes, we want both role servers to be role services to be installed. Click next, okay, again here, and then click install. That should be actually kind of straightforward, and there are nothing much of like like to configure or doing like extra work. It is just now configuring the DH. Like configuring the web deployment services. We just give it a while. Yes, it's already there. It's already done. We close it, and then we go and let's just make sure that everything is working fine here. Yes, it's already up here, so it's already installed and activated here. All right, so we open the Windows Deployment Service control panel. Again, from Tools, you go to Windows Deployment Service. You just scroll down until you reach Windows Deployment Services. This is the one, and there you go. So your server should be here, and it should be also it should be activated. All right. So what we want to do here is that this is the one, and so we are actually refreshing. Let's just refresh that to indicate everything is fine. All right. So we want to configure the server here. Okay. So configuring the server. So we just refresh it, trying to like to bring it to the latest stage. Configure, and then we want to add DHCP on it. All right. So with that configuration, actually we are preparing that like that server, that Windows Deployment Service, to work on the DHCP. See, so I wanted to have I wanted to be integrated with Active Directory, meaning that so only users under Active Directory, they will be authorized to issue whatever operating system that will be installed and deployed here. All right, so I will go with that, not a standalone, integrated with Active Directory, and then click next. Okay, so this is the path where the remote installation folder will be. You can change it, but it's actually kind of recommended that you will put it in another driver, but it's just because we are actually experimenting this and we do not have any other driver, so we only have the C here. If we browse here in our case, we only have the C, but actually in real practices you may have D or any other driver, so you are recommended actually to like to assign it into another driver to be different from the Windows, like from the host that you're running on. All right, so we click next here. We will face this message. This is the message that explains what I have just said to you just now. We click yes to like to allow it, and then yes, we do not want to listen to DHCP, and configure the DHCP option for proxy. Keep this checked. And with this one, with this kind of selection, so we want to respond to all client computers, known and unknown. So meaning that whoever actually joining that, like the same network, they will be allowed to, to be prompted with the, with whatever image that we are installing here or like proposing here. Okay, so again, I'm just saying this is for experimentation experimentation purpose, but in real practices, of course, you may need to respond to to a particular client, or you may only need to activate the service only once needed. Okay, but in our case, because we are actually configuring it in for purpose of experimentation, so we will just allow it for other for all client computers. Click next here, and there you go. So service. All right, so we click finish. Let's just see what we have in that one. All right, so it is, yeah, the message that you have seen just now, it's because our server is not active. So we will just bring it to active, refresh again. Okay, so remove server, so properties, task view. All right, so all tasks. So we started. Tasks has started successfully. Yes, so there you go. See, we actually we should go from here, and then we need to actually start our server. We need to bring it alive, like the Windows Deployment Services role, right? This is done by like going to view and going to all tasks and then clicking stop. You can clicking on start. You can stop it or restart it now. All right, so now everything has been placed correctly. So what's the next step here? It is actually to bring we need to have a copy, like an image of Windows 7 here. In my case, actually, I have already like installed or like copied that kind of I have an ISO image for Windows 7. This is actually the one that I'm going to try here, and I have already pasted, I mean like copy it on one flash disk that I have with me. So I plugged in that flash disk, the USB flash disk, and it has recognized here. So what I will do here is that I will copy it directly from the flash disk, I mean like from the pen drive to my desktop here. I mean like the desktop of the Windows 7. All right, so again, I'm just connecting it, connect to virtual machine, click OK. All right, so this is it. Installing the new driver. So just go back here, enter that. Oh, this is that one. All right, so this is the ISO image, and this is actually the software that I need to use for to extract. This is the WinRAR software. It's very commonly used one. Okay, so let it copy. Well, let me just pause this video, and then I will come back to you in a while after it finishes copying. Thank you.